Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Slay the Spire. Where round and round we go, where it stops, friggin' nobody knows, man. But what I do know, 99 gold for a rare relic, oh baby. Okay, turn the brain into overclock central. There's good to elite possibility over here. What do I mean when I say turn the brain into overclock central? It's very simple. The same way you'd overclock a computer, or, you know, solder a mod chip onto an old Nintendo 64 so you could play Sega Genesis games. Don't come for me, Shigeru. The statute of limitations is over. Plus, I never actually did this because my parents said it was going to be $150. Just in the same way we could overclock... You know, I actually think we'll go this way. In the same way you would overclock your computer, you overclock your mind on this one so that you use incense burner appropriately. And actually, I think that we're using it appropriately immediately, but really, if we can get incense burner to line up with big enemy attacks, we have a certain semblance of control. We don't have complete control. Don't believe what the comments tell you. You know, the question marks at a little certain je ne sais quoi. Like here, that's fine. You'd actually like combat here, so you can get intangibility faster on this fight. Now, I hope this isn't a, like, be careful what you wish for moment. Caca to you as well, my friend. So I'm just trying to think... Well, I mean, if you're going to play a defend, you should play the one that means you don't take any damage. We definitely cannot kill you this turn. We certainly do want to kill you next turn, and then we'll have intangibility on our first turn, which you might think I'm super happy about. I'm actually not. Please don't be the Lagavulin. Okay, so we block 9 damage, effectively. It's pretty good, but it wasn't specifically what, I mean, we would have preferred if it was one turn off. But again, there's very little that we actually could have done about that in the whole scheme of things. Still, to get a 9 damage bonus on this fight is pretty nice. Alright, so probably, if we're going to kill an enemy, I really think it would probably be you in 3 turns, but we'll get audacious and try to get you in 2 turns. As unlikely as it may be. And we're probably going to end up using a second turn of intangibility here. What are my thoughts on that? It's extremely simple. If we have to use a second turn of intangibility, there's literally nothing we can do about it. So we should just enjoy that, although I'm realizing now our turn of intangibility is going to be useless because we have killed the enemy that it's going to be intangible on. So probably a little bit of a misplay there, but, you know, I'm sorry I don't have my PhD in Slay the Spire. Were that I did. Were that I did. Alrighty. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, again, every turn gets us 1 turn closer to an incense burner turn. And in fact, you're gonna think that your boy's lost his mind. But he's not attacking us next turn. If we can even get 1 turn closer to incense burner, I'm a happy man. Stone calendar. Dude, toss me this after image. Let's start building some pseudo-shiv shenanigans. I'm gonna rest. Intangibility plus stone calendar. Were there ever a time that, you know, synergies could happen between relics this early? This might be a, you know, a good choice. Tempting as it is, you know, there's no escape plan for us here, so... Next turn, you're doing very little. We are going to get hits, though, so we'd like to hit you. Okay, next turn, you're doing 1 damage. That's beautiful. We're not going to do 25 damage to you in a single turn. It would be very nice for us to reach the point at which we could do 23 damage or 25 damage to you in a single turn. That's something this deck should work on. Maybe could have stalled you for 1 more turn. Okay, let's take a look. Caltrops is huge, especially with the amount that we're blocking. I don't know. I actually feel like we'll take a slice because it's also block. And we'll dump the weak potion in favor of steroid potion just in advance of this elite fight. Ah! Okay, so you definitely want dagger spray. I actually think... Beautiful. We don't discard enough to make Eviscerate work. I'll take a backflip, and I'll take a Blade Dance. Again, Blade Dance is also block. So we're 3 turns away. This is okay. Yes? Are we going to wake him? If we wake him... yeah, I think we will wake him. We might as well get our intangibility on his second turn. And time will tell whether we pop our Dex Potion. We're going to play a block here, so why not do it? Okay, so next turn, we're only taking 4. This turn, we're taking 4, I should say. Next turn, we're taking 1 at most, which is actually going to be 0. Caltrops? No, I think we're better off just putting the strike out there and dealing as much damage as possible. Being debuffed is going to be a real pain in the butt here. Because, I mean, we're not getting them too close to death is what I'm trying to get at, I suppose. But in spite of that, we have to. Taking no damage, but that'll change. That'll change in a big way. Amazingly, we're only taking 9 damage that turn, but this is where, you know, the debuffs are going to get real nasty. Caltrops has to come out because it's our best damage dealer now. Okay. Stone Calendar! Thank God! That was getting dicey, dude. I don't think we care about setup, but again, that could be my own ignorance. Okay, 1 turn away from intangibility is fantastic news. We are going to take damage, but only 2. I was just thinking, am I going to fight this elite? And I think the answer to that question is, like, super no. Come on, we can do 13 damage. We're lucky to not be taking block. We are fighting the slime. I would say that's pretty terrible. Except, you know, Stone Calendar... It does some good work for us. I'll take a blur. I like all that attack. I'll take another Blade Dance. I think we gotta dodge the elite. And really, okay, let's... we want to enter... Sorry, my voice, I'm going through puberty for the first time again. We want to enter the boss fight on 3. Or, well, really, we want our first turn to be 4. So we're going to try to stall this guy right here for 6 turns. Because then we can get intangibility on the turn in which it matters the most. I know that sounds ridiculous. I also think it sucks because we are probably going to block with intangibility his entangle turn. No, that's not how it worked, thankfully. Be careful with these caltrops, you know, I want to make sure we don't kill you accidentally. So we want to kill this guy on turn 3. Which is really not a question of can we kill him on turn 3. It's more a question of can we not kill him in advance of that. And mercifully, it seems like that's what's going to happen here. This is one of the smartest moves I've ever made. Hilariously enough. More Blade Dances, please. No, backstab for certain. If we're gonna have intangibility on his big turn, I really, really, really feel like we do not need to rest. So, might sound hilarious. The important thing is actually that we just don't break him in advance. That's not gonna happen, which is nice. This is fine, dude. So he's doing 1 damage. Hilarious. Okay, 5. 5. Just don't split him. 5. This will split him, so just play your defense. What's the next step? Use your steroid potion with blade dances and dagger sprays to absolutely destroy him. And you know what? I'm willing to start on this turn, knowing Stone Calendar is pretty close. Could have probably stalled. Maybe should have probably stalled. Stone Calendar, I mean, it does 52 damage, so maybe we actually are geniuses in our own right and didn't realize it at the time. This is what I was worried about, is that in my own idiocy, have I created a situation in which these guys are actually gonna kill me when they have no business doing so? 32. 36. 40. Oh my god, we're gonna live. End the turn. Get him killed. Easy. Thank god we didn't rest. We almost did something real stupid. So, bullet time. Very good. But I think 1,000 cuts plus an energy relic is how we win. And dude. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. We have to upgrade 1,000 cuts to make this pop. But 1,000 cuts and after image are like mirror images of each other. We cannot dodge an elite without winged boots anyway. So we would like to fight maybe this... We'd like to fight this elite. You're probably the enemy I wanted to see least. But at least we are intangible next turn. Gives us one more turn to pop, hopefully. I wouldn't describe this as popping, really. So this, I think this is gonna suck real bad. We're not crunching him through fast enough. I mean, like, don't get too despondent here. I'm just saying we got a ways to go before this really takes us where we need to be. So you're certainly gonna play the blade dance. I don't think you play 1,000 cuts. All I'm gonna say is, does 1,000 cuts with the boot? No, you know, wishful thinking. If it did 5 damage every single time a card was played, that would be pretty swell. We're taking all the blade dances. You know why? Okay, that's, sorry. I'm trying to be hip with the kids. It's a Megalovania Bit Crush remix. I'm ashamed, but simultaneously very proud of myself. But I think we might die. Thanks for the intangibility. I should rephrase. I don't think we're gonna die, like, immediately. But I think we're on a path towards death at the present moment. Playing one more card will kill you, so I wasn't too worried about you. I actually, off camera, ran a 1,000 cuts build. It's without a deck, or without a doubt, a deck that I have not respected that much. I don't know, do we need another backflip? We are taking a lot of damage. Maybe it's not the worst idea. But I actually think that I've been coming around a little bit more. The problem with Stone Calendar, and this is, I have an admitted grudge against this item to some extent. The real problem with it, as I see it, is it resets at the start of each combat. If you could have it just roll... You know, so you could go into a fight by doing 52 damage to each enemy. Would it be overpowered? I mean, it would be extraordinarily good. But as is right now, you have to survive for 7 turns just to get to the 52 damage in the first place. I don't think that makes it, you know, unplayable. I just think it makes it a little touchier. Thankfully, we are going to live. Only taking 6 damage is probably a golden gift. Okay, so you're dead if I hit the end turn button. So I think that there's some mercy we've been granted there. Unfortunately, not being able to hold Fairy in a jar is quite dangerous. I'll take a calculated gamble just to, you know, we might need it to bail us out. That's a... You might say, NL, that was a little quick. It was. But I also, I mean, I see it as an easy play. So I think I'm going to try to fight this elite just because we get some question marks in advance. Okay. You know, they've been highly good for us so far, these question marks. Just live. Survive. Caca indeed, my friend. Caca indeed. Please draw. That's not what I wanted you to draw, but that's a good get. Blocking the void debuff is huge. Okay. One more turn. We get some intangibility. That's what you like to see. You are going to make me frail. That is not what you like to see. Or weak, sorry. But that's not what you like to see. But you're going to get hit for 3 when you hit me. Basically just trying to kill you. I'm not worried about this guy. I think that guy, you know, he's got his own battles to fight. I can't believe we're going to make it, at least for now. To be honest, a choke works really nicely here, and a footwork is also huge, but the odds of us living for the time being are relatively low. Strawberry is merciful. Come on, book. Don't do me dirty like this, okay? We gotta block a lot of this incoming damage, no doubt about that. 14 damage. Can we get there? Oh, baby. Don't even question it, dude. Okay, get that footwork out there. You know you're going to be relying on the stone calendar. You can rely on your stone calendar. You can rely on your stone calendar. So we're taking 7 damage at least no matter what. We might as well get 1,000 cuts out there and just work him down. 2 turns away from some much needed intangibility. You got to block. At the end of the day, you got to block. I don't want to. At least we're only taking 10. Just, come on, stone calendar. Definitely a situation in which you would have rather had choke slightly earlier. My bad. 24 damage. Love this. Draw a dash, you son of a... No, we gotta block. We'll still play it just for block, but... Okay, just survive a couple of turns, dude. Okay, the weakness is extremely useful. You're still doing 35 damage. Turns out that's a lot. We're gonna live. That's hilarious. Oh my word. Okay. I mean, I feel like Juzu Bracelet was not really appropriate for, like, the cost that we paid. But what do I know? I'm just a kid, and life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid. I know that it's not fair. Nobody cares. Because I'm alone and the world is having more fun than me. We got real problems. I don't think we're gonna stall for 5 more turns. These boys have got to start to fall by the wayside pretty quick. We need a big, like, choke draw. Oh, you merciful sons of guns. Good night, you princes of Maine. You kings of New England. You've done me an incredible service, my friends. We might live yet. $12 plus 5 plus 9. 30. I don't believe it, but we have you. I don't know why that math was so complicated. Yes, I will take an adrenaline. Playing a lot of cards is very meaningful. Leg sweep, you know, it seems very important to keep us alive. And my god, we have Juzu Bracelet. Ah! You've extorted me. Are you proud of yourself? Hello, Ruka. Hello. Welcome. Would you like to enter the office or just hang out in the doorway? So this fight is not great for us. 52 damage doesn't do a whole heck of a lot against him. We have a hope, and that hope is play a staggering amount of cards and get intangibility on the exact perfect turn every single chance you get. And I'm telling you, every damage point is mission critical for us right now. If we live through this floor, dude, like, anything can happen, I guess. But this is, I don't know. This might be one of the rare runs that actually... Oh, hello, my son. You can't be on the desk. Actually looks a little bit better than it is. Or, sorry, like, quite the opposite. It is a little bit better than it looks, in my opinion. I don't know what I was trying to do there. Great turn for intangibility, I think. Might as well roll over some blur. Sure, why not? But it's we're not outputting a whole heck of a lot of damage. I'm not sure if you've noticed this yet. It's going to be our first bad turn. We're going to take 8 damage. So, like, from an optics standpoint, it might look like we're doing pretty well here. And I wouldn't necessarily be disinclined to agree. Oh, thank you, Stone Calendar. We get a free turn. And we're going to come back with intangibility pretty freaking soon. Realistically, you know, it's very tough for us to break through your block here, but what are we going to do with the energy anyway, you know? Okay, so this turn's going to suck. 22 damage, or 44 damage, I should say. Apply as much weakness as is conceivable, and just let it ride, boys. This turn's not bad. You're going to attack next turn, and this is where we start to work our way through this. Trying just putting the enemy in Stone Calendar range. Honestly, blur here, and then draw into blur on your next turn. Who says no? Do it again. It's a big play. Okay, that's fine. 3 turns away from Stone Calendar. Stone Calendar will be here in 3 turns. 58 damage. That's pretty bad. We're at 30. Yeah, we're dead. We really put up, you know, what I would consider to be a good try on that one. Let's get back on the horse. We had some good stuff going on there. I was having a good time. Let's do it again. A little better. Oh, a random rare. Envenom. Huge. We can actually keep our Shiv brain loaded up, basically. I don't know. Envenom actually seems like a terrible play on that turn. You got to be able to get cumulative damage in order for it to do anything useful. We really, in fact, just basically need to make this card cheaper as soon as possible. Hey. Please do not fight each other. Your problems are of no interest to the world of men. Cloak and Dagger. Every card that creates shivs is like, there's poison value. Bouncing Flask, backflip. Bullet Time, bullet, huge. Love it. Writhe, Bouncing Flask, backflip. Nope. I will take a Bouncing Flask. We got a very interesting poison build that's a little bit expensive, but thankfully has a bullet time as well to buffer that. You're always gonna draw to... You're gonna draw to want... No, you're gonna want to draw that bully real early. Rather do 6 than 4 damage, and thankfully taking 0. Right, boys? There's a whole, you got the box territory. Tomo's orange box, your blue box. You used to be blue box, and then, or you used to be orange box, then you decided you didn't like it anymore, so you took Tomo's box. It's a whole complicated situation, you know? Look, I don't make the rules with these guys. I wish I did. Life would be a lot easier. I'm gonna Entropic Brew here. I think that's actually as best as it could have gone. I just hate having to use the potion to get out ahead of these guys. But I saw, like, in my head, I saw future turns coming down, and I was like, oh, these are gonna suck. Probably should throw the Shiv out there for free and kill him, is my guess for how you should proceed in that situation in the future, but what do I know? Leg sweep is still good. Okay, upgrade? Thank you. The upgraded Envenom is of paramount importance to make it actually be playable for us. We really want turn 1 Envenom. More so than basically any of these. I'll get rid of Ascender's Bane. If we draw it later, we draw it later. We got exactly what we wanted. We're playing all of our skills early before they can actually come back to bite us in the butt. And that was a really, really solid Gambler's Brew. I'm surprised. Now, we need to do 16 damage to you next turn for this to be a good fight. Seems unrealistic. So I'm going to buy myself a little bit of time, and you're definitely dead this turn. Taking 10 extra damage, I would rather not have, but that was our option there. Bag of Prep, turn 1 is so good now. You know, I will actually take a Tools of the Trade as well. I think the odds of it giving us bullet time are just way better now. And we got a lot of good stuff to upgrade, but I'm going to make this cost 0 for now, because energy is pretty precious. Got bullet time right out the gate. Play it. Get him, Dad. Envenom is just like being able to play that for free and start all your fights off like this is just disgustingly good. Honestly, dump one of those. Don't even crunch the numbers. Never tell me the odds. Easy fight. I'm going to say that we don't need a deadly poison. Kunai incentivizes me, in my opinion, to get this Cloak and Dagger off the ground. We can really start to build a strong dexterity-focused run. I'm going to take the Parasite. And as a comeuppance for that, assuming we're able to make this pop right out of the gate here, like if we kill this guy without taking any damage, I will probably follow up by fighting the Elite. I really believe we have like a totally acceptable deck to fight this Elite. It would help if our boss was the Hexaghost. Nah. It's Guardian, which is like kind of the Hexaghost in many ways, as long as you don't consider it. I am going to pop the Steroid Potion. And just, well, maybe we shouldn't have started there, but that's okay. I do expect to take hits here, but this is a... I mean, you can see for yourself, I'm sure. This is a very, very, very strong start to a run. We're not going to draw bullet time on the first turn every single time, probably, but... Dude, Kunai is so useful for us, and Venom is doing great stuff. The Guardian, it is, you know, we're gated in our ability to hit him, for sure. Huge. You know, we can't output that many attacks against him necessarily because of the fact that he's going to... Well, thank God Bouncing Flask worked out the way it did. Because of the fact that he has thorns up of his own, but... hasn't been a problem so far. All I can say, how amazing would it be if we were able to get Shuriken right here? I would also accept an after image. This is like the last run, but overclocked. Pocket watch, that's a little bit less likely to do anything of value at all, to be honest. I don't think we even want skewer. I think we're... Oh, no, this is fine. We didn't have AoE from the last fight anyway. Okay, I think we got very lucky that we managed to hit the same enemy more than once. And I mean, pocket watch probably not likely to work here, but killing 2 enemies and taking no damage there, getting a kunai charge is pretty good. Dump this parasite. Envenom is not, if we're being realistic, it's not what we need. I am going to take 1 damage. Just oh, we could have played Envenom too, which means we should have played it first, which means we could have, yeah! Okay, this is not a huge problem, but yes, I am dumb. Whatever. Free decks. We don't have to rest before the Guardian fight. Don't do it. Huge overkill. Not a big problem, but I think we were better off upgrading some kind of block. In particular, like a leg sweep would probably be the most valuable. I'll take a backflip. And out of these cards, yeah. I will say that Bouncing Flask outputting more poison also seems pretty useful. But let's start with the power. We're probably looking for like Caltrops. I'm going to say After Image, even though it's a little bit... Weak might not be the word that I would use, but it's the word I'm going to use. So I did Leg Sweep over Bouncing Flask just because I do think, you know, you're in a weird spot here. We didn't know if we were going to draw, like, the gas we needed to get this guy to roll over. And in fact, we're not even close to getting him to roll over. But we did make him weak enough that we were able to block enough to stay out front here. I'm very disappointed as of right now because we actually are going to get debuffed temporarily. Very disappointing to me. But here is where we can start the kunai a little bit. We might even want to plan it a little better than that in the future. You're doing 15 damage. It's alright. 1 leg sweep crushes you. Envenom is a twist. Like, it puts him in the vice enough for us to be out in front here. I think you hit him once just to keep Envenom rolling. But apart from that, you play your game right now. And it's going to be slow, but it's very hard to imagine him hitting us. This is the turn where you want to play your attacks. We're only going to get 1 dex out of it, but, you know, it's pretty okay. We're 3 decks up already. Oh, this is where you absolutely throw out some extra poison. Yeah, we got him. It just took a little bit for it to be obvious what I knew from the beginning here, which is that on a numerical level, there's like nothing he can do. Not even any point to hit him, but... Alright, so I think we're in a great spot, and I say that literally every single time, to the point of it just being comical at this point. But this one is way more in control than your average run at this point. Or than my average run at this point. I do think floor fights will scare us. We did use a power potion and a Caltrops potion just to like level the playing field, but that was a good fight. I mean, we took 1 damage, I think, or maybe less. And an after image is fine. I just have to think like maybe a burst is better. But I think after image, you know, it saved us a lot there. And I hate to say it, but we're gonna go Ring of the Serpent. I would have, like, lost my mind to get an energy relic there, but this is also okay. It's probably better than okay. I notoriously underrate draw. Don't mind fighting these guys, honestly. Pretty strong first turn. Let Bouncing Flask choose who we're going to go hard on. Phrasing. No Envenom is a bummer, but, dude, you don't usually get a first turn that good. Mind you, also no guarantee we're not going to take damage this turn, except now there's a guarantee we're not going to take damage this turn. All right, you're next. This is normally a fight, yikes, that hits us. We're going to take 4. And okay, it is going to hit us this time, to be fair. And Stopwatch, or Pocket Watch, actually got hit this time, too. Really, like, out of all that, we drew, like, 1 attack. He's going to get away with our gold. And I'm just going to stand here and allow it. To be fair, there's not much I can do about it. Okay, you know, maybe this is what we needed. A little bit of, like, a moment to remind ourselves, hey, you're not going to live forever. This dude's going to take your gold. There's nothing you can do about it. At least you're getting a little bit back from the first guy, but I'll take a deflect for free. Thanks. I hate it. This guy, oh, this is so good. Why? We get to apply at least a little bit of poison to him right off the bat. 3 poison might not seem like much. That's because it ain't. And dude, how good would a Calipers be as a relic here? I'm dumb. I mean, I know we can't get a Calipers from this guy specifically. I'm just, you know, spitballing for, like, future potential. Poison has exhausted itself, unfortunately. He's putting up big blocks again. I don't even want to talk about this turn. A well-laid plan so we can save a bullet time for a turn with good attacks would be so much. Okay, Brain is dusted. Absolutely destroyed. Because, like, we just took damage for no reason. I really want to put the poison on him. Yeah, it'll cause us to take 5 damage total, but he'll be dead in 2 turns, so I can live with it, but we got a lot of combat incoming. Okay, you just use your noggin a little bit. You don't need to take damage for no reason just because you get a bad turn. It doesn't make any sense. Give me the Cloak and Dagger. It's a really, really strong upgrade target for us. This is more along the lines of the turns we want to start with. We take 1 damage. Didn't apply that much to him. If I'm being honest with you, I think we really need more attacks. Maybe our deck is a little bit too defensive, and we kind of got mind flooded out of that belief. You had 1 more energy. Bro, I'm losing it. Okay. Use your brain. Much better. Really, this is a good run that I'm in danger of kind of throwing a little bit right now. Hopefully this is the origin story of us, you know, recognizing we don't want to make mistakes anymore and making good decisions. No promises, though. This is the prototypical turn that is extremely frustrating for me to deal with personally. Because we have an opening and no attacks. That's been the real bummer for us so far. Thank you for not drawing bullet time there. We're putting up a good fight. It's just we have to, on these moments, we have to really get in there. We would love to apply a little bit more poison damage. Seems like that's not possible for the time being. That's a big one. Just want to make sure we get both poison on there. He's dead. We will rest. We're in dire need of some upgrades. I wouldn't dispute that, but that was an okay fight. It just, we made some mistakes we shouldn't have made. Blade Dance is good damage for us. Thank you for not being combat. We will upgrade, and I'm very thankful we got an upgrade for free. Give me this after image. Give me rest. We're at an acceptable level of HP. Okay, let's start to rebuild our confidence at this point. I'm actually going to try a power card right off the bat, and let's go with the well-laid plans. Here's the thing. I'm okay taking 1 damage to apply some poison. Store the leg sweep at cost. You know, it's a card that we know we can play if things get tough. We can also save it if things look fine. And, I mean, as of right now, it's a really good start. Just keep the leg sweep. You don't need to play it. We have not played an Envenom yet, which is frustrating for me. But we can pass turn right now. We don't actually gain anything out of not passing turn. I would rather keep the leg sweep than a 0-cost defend. Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. I think that worked out for us there. I gotta call out the positive moments when I see them. This is easy money. Anytime you draw bullet time, you're just like, thank God we hard countered this guy. Now, I don't remember what you cost, so we'll keep our 1-cost defend. There we go. This is going better than I expected. Shouldn't have played that. We should have played a 1-cost defend. Oh, we didn't need to play any defend, but... well, you know what? I'm not going to be so hard on myself, because we have... taken 0 damage. Staying in there. I mean, I think we do like a slice. And now this will be interesting. Dude, Runic Dodecahedron is non-takeable. The thing is, we have one more shop coming up. I definitely think Bandage Up and Backstab are acceptable. And then, you know what? Actually, a dodge and roll is pretty nice as well. We kept ourselves in, like, card range for our next fight, at least. Only 2 fights in advance of the boss. I think this is where I... You know, I can look at this, in my opinion, and start to say, let's get some of these cards upgraded. Let's get ready for the boss fight. Okay, we're actually going to have 3 fights, and this is a bad one. That's life. Could really use some relics. Unfortunately, it's hard to get them when you spend all your money on cards. And is also hard to get them when you dodge every elite fight as it appears. So, I'm not saying I'm surprised by the fact that I haven't gotten more relics. We have extra energy this turn, keep that in mind. Not that we can do anything with it. Good. Bad. Good. Thank you. That's about as good as it gets right there. Please. I think we have to leg sweep him. Even though he's putting up Wicked Block. We need to get rid of his artifacts so we can actually envenom him. But then we still need to put out like 70 damage. Just trying to get a little bit of extra gas and, right, okay, ran out of energy. This is a dangerous one. Extra energy this turn. Gotta love it. Gotta love drawing no attacks. So you're saying there's a chance. I don't know. He is at 74 HP. We just got, like, being able to play, and, you know, it's convenient here. We gotta play Bouncing Flask. even though it is going to... Actually, we're going to be fine on HP, but you have to be able to work him down. You know, the poison on him, it's going to take a couple more turns, but, I mean, this is fine. Honestly, dump the dodge and roll. Play backflip. Get bullet time. Okay. This is the turn we've been waiting for. He's dead. We're safe. Everything's fine. Just dump the K. Alright. I mean, as far as a relatively long and bad fight goes, that didn't go too badly. 120. Footwork. Easy pick. I'll actually throw in another slice as well. We got a real fat deck that's a little spooky right now, but... Hey, we got one dex up. Weaken him, please. Lucky me. Okay, so we got a weaken. Thanks for the extra energy. Very much appreciated. We need to get Envenom. Envenom coming out there ASAP is pretty much our go-to. We need to defend. We actually, in this situation, strangely enough, would probably just dump the slice. Three damage coming in. Not bad. Not bad. I gotta recognize, I mean, this is gonna be on the longer side of videos, for sure. Every fight at this point is a war of attrition, where we put up as much dex as possible. And just try to work the enemy down. You know, I think we actually totally fine with this. Thanks for the extra energy. Okay. Let's get the dex, if possible, first. I think there's a real out for us here. It's just a little spotty. Like, we have not been steamrolling these enemies, but there's something to this run, and I think you see it too. I'll take another dodge and roll. Yeah, I know we got too many blocks. I hate it in the early game, but as it gets going, I'm like, this is what we need to have any chance at all of winning. Alright, Envenom is a big one. Envenom bullet time. Well, 0 out of 3 ain't bad, I suppose. Probably should have let... Yeah, definitely should have let Ascender's Bane just get through there. Ah! This is a bad one. A little worried about these dazes coming out. You're not doing that much damage, though. This is a big turn. Lucky me. Now, next turn is going to suck real bad. But on this turn, we're king. Even get to roll over a little block. 12 damage. Just hoping for a couple added benefits there. Single defend, for example. I guess we have played a lot of skills. Well, I think we got him. It's just every single fight is a little bit of a like knockdown, drag out battle. I haven't even looked at who the boss is, you know, how we should expect to approach them, etc., etc. All I know is we're making it through these fights at like plus or minus, you know, 10 HP. That's pretty solid, I think. I don't know. I'll take it prepared, but I don't believe in it necessarily. I think we need all the HP we can get here. Early Envenom would put me over the moon. We didn't get there, but this is still a really great first turn. Next turn you get extra energy. Don't forget it. We got a lot of our useful powers out there. Really everything but Envenom. Does not make me mad. Actually, you know, it's extremely nice. We are also 3 decks up on turn 1. No, we should dump a strike. We don't have the energy to play it anyway. Taking no damage. Just stalling a little bit for Envenom to come around. There it is. We can dump Parasite guilt-free. Probably play Envenom first, because, you know, it does good things for you. There we go. Get that Dex up there. Alright, so this is as best as we basically could have expected this to go, within reason. We still have 3 attacks, so. Now we just gotta make it work. He is gonna purge the poison at some point. We have extra energy this turn, please note. We never have to deal with decay. 20 damage. We gotta figure out how we're gonna get there. We got there. Well, we're not quite there yet. I would have preferred to have played Blade Dance, but you know what? We actually probably definitely could have, and my math skills are extremely bad. My mistake. Keep the decks rolling. Good stuff. 10 extra block next turn. Okay, probably just dump that. Excuse me, dump that, play it prepared, and dump 2 of these. This is going way better than I expected. Even 7 decks, though, is not necessarily enough to get us, like, to a degree of incredible confidence for the boss fight. For his big attacks. We're working on it. We're getting there. The more the merrier is all I'm trying to say. Okay, so his big attacks are about to come out. Maybe we should have played a dodge and roll there, because we know he's going to be doing 66 damage. Really appreciate the neutralize and the leg sweep. Thank you. Only taking 7 damage on his big turn. That's real nice. Now, we got to get the Envenom going on him again. I think we're going to be fine. It's remarkable to me, but it seems like we have an actual chance. Just wait till I get these curses removed, too. Like, you're going to be over the friggin' moon, dude. Now, we do still have to fight 2 bosses. What do I want to see to make it plausible? Give me this neutralize. Crap. Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We are taking a big hit this turn. What do we want to see, though, to make... to make our next... To make us confident in our next floor? Honestly, it really is... Pantograph. Like, we're not going to get it from this guy, because the relic is, ironically enough, not good enough. But, Pantograph is what we're looking for the most. For certain. To give us some heals in between fights, where things have been, you know, a little touchy here. This one's taken forever, because this guy does the same thing we do. He blocks so many attacks. Like, just get over it, dude. I'm getting you, okay? Now, I want to point out, if we get an energy relic, this is going to start to get a little crazy. Because as of right now, this is what we've been able to do with 3 energy per turn. He's dead next turn. With 4 energy per turn. Now, it's 4 energy per turn, God willing. Because we aren't there yet. You know. I had faith that we would get there. Alright. Still cruising somehow. I think a second bullet time is absolutely perfect. We got a long deck. Don't take that out of context. And an energy relic. And this has been a long run. I gotta check Discord. Not sure yet. Hold on. Let me get in here. What do you want to play, Josh? No? It's been a longer run than expected. Very happy to see that. Dude, there's some great elite dodging. I guess the question is really, do we even want to dodge? Maybe we would rather take the elite, you know, take the bull by the horns, as it were, and try to get out in front of this. So this is what you don't want to happen. Is a turn in which you get 2 bullet times on the same draw. But the odds of that are real unlikely. Considering how many cards we have in the deck. We have a couple of different things we'd like to work on right now. This is still fine. I mean, this is why we got the bandage up, by the way. One thing I would like to do, if it's at all possible, is get Envenom into our hand faster. Honestly, I don't really want to mess with this. I think we got an okay thing going on here. I don't want to fight you, like, unprompted yet. It's a terrible first turn. I'm not, like, upset about it or anything. It's not like it, you know, I feel like we've been ripped off or anything like that based on the fact that the enemies have chosen to attack on our first turn, you know, without us really having any means to stop them. I just think it's funny that, you know, as soon as I start to find myself getting a little bit more successful, you know, stuff like this starts to happen. It's okay, we're only taking 5 damage. You know the 3rd floor is not going to be a walk in the park. Even just this, like, small setup we got right here is really nice. What can you say? Dump that dodge and roll. We're not going to need it. Dump the defend. We're not going to need it. Dude, a corpse explosion? You know what else would be amazing? A letter opener. You know what else would be amazing? A panache. Please. 22. That's nothing, dude. There's so many, like, legitimately viable cards and archetypes. All we need is access. I didn't even realize we got there in a big way. Still having a hard time killing you. It's still taking us a long time to punch through them here. We're definitely not getting rid of a defend, so let's dump this strike. Okay. See how she goes here? I hate to have to do it, but sure. The fact that they lose the poison when they die is going to turn this into a bit of a mess. Just got to get it set up in the old brain cavity that, like, you know, 1 defend is worth way more than it was on the first floor. You know, we don't need that many defends to get out in front of this. So I really think we got to spread the poison out here. 33, yeah, okay, we'll play it. Don't really want to spread the poison out on a unit that's blocking, but... Okay. I think I'd kill... 2 of the poisons have to hit you, okay? So I'm just raising my odds. No! It's all, I mean, you're dead right after. We only take 3 damage, but We didn't even have to take the 3 damage. You know, that's where you got me concerned on that one. Actually feel like a dagger. Are we fighting Dono Deca? Oh, Timekeeper. That's like exactly who we do not want to fight. Okay, very interesting. Early Envenom, please. No. Okay. Well, just be cool. No reason to fear just yet. No Envenom. Okay, that's, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It's just something that's, you know, I just think it's funny. It's kind of been weighing on my mind. You keep setting me up to fail. It's all right. I mean, we got a thick deck. This is why when you get a 36-card deck, it's going to take you a little hard. It's going to take you a little longer to draw the gas that you're looking for, I suppose. And we got to, you know, as part of being a mature individual, that we recognize that that is indeed the case. We're still not taking damage. We have extra energy next turn. This is not the turn I would really consider to be, you know, that useful, but okay. It's a 19 damage turn. I find that a little insulting. Envenom has finally shown up. Thanks so much for your help. It's a 9 damage turn. It's very dangerous. This is the final turn of his existence. Dump that. I think I like where we're at, but Neutralize does do a lot for us. I think we can dump a basic defend. Still taking 10. Dude, that was real close. Okay, Ghost in a Jar. Extremely valuable. Choke works very well with this archetype. We're going to take 1 colorless card. I don't know if we should be focusing on any form of AoE at this point, but here we are. Well-Laid Plans is enormous. That's right. Finally remove, like, this one. Well-Laid Plans is enormous at helping us store a bullet time for appropriate use later. I don't know. I'm starting to, you know, I'm running the numbers on this one. I don't see us defeating... I don't see us defeating the Timekeeper, but it's worse than that. I really don't see us having, like, a way forward. Against whatever boss would come after Timekeeper. And that's assuming we even make it there. We're having some trouble right now. Like, this guy alone is doing some numbers on us. We'd probably rather keep a Slice than a Strike. Let's not be, you know, fools here. Hard to get to this guy. You know, that's what we need the Bouncing Flask for. Know what I'm doing, okay? Yes, we take 3 damage. We store the bullet time for a turn on which we have some more energy-rich stuff. Not gonna punch through that block wall, but that's okay. We get extra energy next turn. We really have to use the full powers of the overclocked brain on this one. That's for certain. Wow, Choke is going to finish the job. Lucky us. No, thank you. I do think Flechettes has a real chance. Omamori. It's probably a little / way too late for that to do much. And we got a dangerous choice coming up in just a moment. I'm gonna rattle you a little bit. I think that, and I'm not messing with you on this one, I think that we benefit from being aggressive and choosing to fight the elite in the hopes that he gives us a relic that wins us the game. I have a real vested interest in these runs of, you know, not dying. I think that the best way for us to not die is to risk death early in the hopes that it sends us, you know, on our way in the future. Now, we might die right here. I should have really focused on these enemies first instead of 22, 6, 30. I think we're literally... Oh, we're living with 6 HP. Thank God. That's exactly what I wanted. Thank God for bandage up. You're dead next turn. It says you're a little closer to death even with the poison differential, I think. I really think we need a relic to win this one, I guess is where it comes down to. If we can even win this one, we're dead. Even still, this was a big win for me on a personal level. I think we broke through a little bit of our early threshold as the silent, and I'm excited to see where our newfound confidence takes us. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!